I'm missing you guys. Hope you're doing well and having some fun and doing some work. All right. Last week in our read alouds, we identified the problem in the story. And one of the books that we read last week was Hiccupotamus. And the hippopotamus had hiccups. This week, we're going to work on identifying the solution in a story. And our story today is King of the Playground. Right, here we go, friends. It's a pretty cool book. I like it. I think you will too. All right, here we go. Kevin put his Spider-Man t-shirt, his Batman underpants, and his jeans with a horseshoe in each pocket on, but he didn't feel brave and he didn't feel lucky. He walked up the street to the playground. He wanted to go down the slide head first, but if Sammy was there, he wouldn't go down at all. Too late. Oh, Sammy was there. You can't come in, Sammy. I'm king of the playground, he told Kevin what he would do if he saw him on the slide. Sounds like a bully. Kevin went back home. His father was making soup. I thought you went to the playground, said Father. Sammy says if I go on the slide, he'll get a rope and tie me up. He says he'll tie my hands and my feet so tight I'll never get loose. Wow, said Father, really? What would you be doing while Sammy was tying you up? Just sitting there? Kevin remembered when he tried to put his sweater on his cat. I'd be kicking my feet, he said. Right, said his father. That's one thing you could do. The next day, Kevin went to the playground and got as far as the swings. You can't play here, yelled Sammy, running over. I'm king of the swings, he told Kevin what he would do if he saw him on the swings. Uh-oh. If I see you on the swings. Kevin went home and he sat on the porch. Father was washing his car. His father said again, I thought you were going to the playground, Father called. Kevin shook his head. Sammy says if I go on the swings, I'll dig a hole and he'll put me in it. He says I'll dig a hole as deep as he could and I would never, ever get out. Oh, he's such not a good friend. Father smiled just a bit. How long do you think it would take Sammy to dig that hole? Kevin remembered when he had helped his father dig holes for the fence posts in the backyard. And I remember it took a long time. And what would you be doing while Sammy was digging? I'd be kicking the dirt back in, said Kevin, and smile a little too. Right, said his father. That's one thing you could do. The next day, Kevin went to the playground and tried to climb the monkey bars. Guess who comes running up? You can't play there. I'm king of the monkey bars, Sammy shouted and told Kevin what he would do if he saw him there again. Kevin went home, climbed the maple tree. His father was working in the garden. I thought you were going to the playground, said Father. I think Father should know by now. Sammy says if I climb the monkey bars, he'll come over to our house and nail all the doors and windows shut, and we'll be trapped in forever. Kevin looked at his father, and they both started to laugh. And while Sammy was nailing one door shut, he would walk out the other, Kevin said. Right, said his father. The next morning, Kevin put on his Spider-Man t-shirt, his Batman underpants, and his jeans with the horseshoes in each pocket. He felt only a little bit brave and a little bit lucky today. He walked up the street to the playground. Thump, 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 went his heart. Sammy was sitting by himself in the sandbox. It was a big sandbox, but when Sammy was in it, nobody else wanted to play. Kevin slowly walked over. You can't play here, Sammy yelled when he saw him. You know why, don't ya? King of the playground. Kevin put one foot in the box. Go home, Sammy yelled even louder. If you try to play here, I'll put you in a cage with bears in it. Kevin put his other foot in the sandbox. Then I'll ride on the backs and teach them tricks, he said. Ha! Sammy stared. You can't, he yelled. They're wild bears. Then I'll squeeze through the cage and escape. You can't, Sammy shouted. You're too big. Then I'll take magic pills to make me little, said Kevin. And he begins to smile. I'll get through that cage somehow. You can't, Sammy hollered. I'll run after you and pick you up and throw you in a trash can. Then I'll take magic pills to make me big again, and I'll drive away in a truck. You can't, bellowed Sammy. I'll go to the army and get tanks and chase the truck and push it off into the ocean. He's got some good connections to get all that. Try it, said Kevin. Sammy stopped hollering. What? He asked. Try it, said Kevin, and he sat down. He began digging a tunnel at one end of the sandbox, and for a moment, Sammy didn't say anything at all. Then he began digging a tunnel at the end of his sandbox. Faster and faster, further and further, they dug, and suddenly, what do you think happens? Little prediction here. Yes, they bumped heads right in the middle. This time, Kevin laughed out loud. He wasn't sure, but he thought maybe Sammy was smiling too. I'm going to build the biggest fort in the world, Kevin said, and began digging again. Huh, said Sammy. It's got to have towers. It will, Kevin said. It's got to have a drawbridge, said Sammy. It will, Kevin said. It's got to have ditches all around it, said Sammy. It will, Kevin said. Why don't you help me build it? No, Sammy told him. But guess what? They did it anyway. Look at that great big sandcastle. All right, that was a great story. All right, the solution is how the problem got solved. Okay, the problem was Kevin wants to play on the playground, but he can't because Sammy won't let him. But at the end, the solution was they became friends and he didn't let him scare him. So they all worked together, and what did they build? A great big sandcastle. All right, love the story. I'm going to read another one and put another one up also in a minute because this is so much fun. I just wish you were out there so I could see you. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'll see you again.